Setting a place, still found healing, igniting rain. A sense of limits of human potential. dip my toes in from this water cold. So what's wrong with my head? Or something I don't get. Repeating what I said, repeating what I said, and I could have listened. Instead, I'm stuck in this detrimental dance of dead romantics. Relive yesterday's and relieve all your stress is through me. And dance on my toes till we die of still feet. Because petrified we can't leave. 'Cause I would have quit, but I never really did. Now you know the better way to go. So take the better path. Just keep what you have. Stay your hands and leave my face alone. 'Cause I wouldn't quit, but I never really did. And I wouldn't quit, but I never really did.
And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right. We just heard Born of the Blood by Opatia, and that's off the brand new EP, Our Blackest Wings, which was officially released today. You can grab a copy of the digital album off the band's Bandcamp for free. Is it just the one track, or did they deliver
It's the whole album through tomorrow.
Dang. Did you download it?
That's why we've got it tonight.
Nice. What made you decide to pick this one track?
That's what Luke told me to play.
Perfect. And then then we heard When We Was Kids. That track was The Chinese Path of Growing. I approve. The music is also available for free off the band's Bandcamp page. You can catch them playing at Feels Fest at the Wire in Berwyn, a show that will be sponsoring July 27th.
You know, any music can be free if you try hard enough.
If you try hard enough, you can find them on Turkish download sites.
Exactly.
And
ThePirateBay.org.
PirateBay.org.
Or just steal it.
Yeah, or go and actually steal it from someone.
Just go to a record store and just take them.
There you go. We're not promoting it, but
Maybe.
we're also
Just
promoting
an alternative.
it. Alternative.
It's just an alternative.
We are rocking out here tonight in the dungeon of Fitz's Spare Keys. We are here with, for the second time, Vyse. Why don't you guys go ahead and reintroduce yourselves to the Metal Experience world and what you do in the band.
All right, let's introduce ourselves in order of importance. So, who wants to go first?
Fuck you.
I'm Alan. I play guitar in the band.
What an egotistical bastard.
There you go. There you go.
I'm Tyler. I play bass and other stuff.
Least important. I'm Nathan. I play drums.
I'm Travis. I somewhat sing.
Well, thank you guys for coming back out
Thank you for having us.
on
We love
a
it.
school
This is
night.
awesome.
Morgan, when was the first time these boys were here?
Oh, I didn't have that ready. I
Oh,
need to
come
look.
on, Morgan.
August 18th, I believe. Or
Wow.
21st.
Okay.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Sometime
Probably.
end of August.
Yeah, let's go with that.
End of August. So what have you boys been up to since the end of August?
Beaming.
Nothing. Well, we've been working on doing more recordings. We've been playing live some more. Our main goals right now, we're just trying to get studio quality music recorded so we can have a product that we can distribute that we're proud of.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's the goal at least. It's been, 16 years in the works now. So
16
nah,
years.
just kidding. No, but I mean, this is probably the slowest album recording process that has ever transpired, but we're working on it.
Working on getting faster.
August 21st.
That's
That
close.
was
That's
close.
close.
That was real close.
3 days.
Something like that. Summer of last year.
Maybe she's just
Craziness.
making it up. I don't know.
No,
She's making it up, yeah.
it was on the
just
website. It's official.
It's official. It's on the website. It's official, guys. So, with the recording, how many tracks are you guys recording for the new CD?
10, 11?
We're aiming for about 10, 11 exactly. The reason it's 10 or 11 because we keep making music. Like almost every time we jam, something comes up. It's just if it's good enough, we'll get it in there, slide it in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing, too, is, when I sit down and I listen to, all the stuff that I like, and a band puts out, like, a 7 or 8 song album, I'm like, man, that's too short, So what we want to put out is 10 or 11 really, really good songs. You can sit down and listen and get the whole variety of who we are, all the stuff that we kind of do, and you're going to know what you're in for the future.
Boom.
So currently, right now, recording. Who are you recording with?
Imprint. Is it Imprint Studios or
Imprint
Productions?
Recordings?
It's Imprint Studios, yeah.
Yeah.
Out in Rockford.
Charles.
Charles
Charles is the guy.
Yeah.
Esposito.
Charles is
That's
the guy.
the name of our engineer. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
Chuck. And how many tracks have you guys laid down so far with them?
All right, so we've got 4 completed with all the instruments, and then we've got 4 more with the drums and guitar, and then an additional, or no, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're working on 4 in batches of 4, kind of. We got 4 that are done, and then 4 more that have drums and guitar. So I'm going in to do bass in the next 2 weeks probably, and then we'll need to figure out some kind of vocal situation.
Now, when do you guys plan on releasing the CD? Do you
When
have
it's
an
done.
ETA?
When it's done.
To be continued.
Yeah, well, so with the way things are going, I think we should be able to get this out probably. I mean, realistically, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to within the next 4 months or so, depending on what kind of situation we end up with vocalist, because we
Travis,
have
you butthole.
Yeah.
Travis.
I'm a
Because Travis is
goddamn
out.
butthole.
Yeah, so the backstory on that, in case anyone listening doesn't know, Travis is leaving the band. We are parting ways on very bad terms. No, I'm just kidding. We're
They
all
left me
good
at a
and
bus
groovy.
stop.
No, it's all good and groovy. But he's moving on to different opportunities, and he's going to be doing a lot better than us. So that'll be great for him.
That's debatable, Travis.
Yeah, it's debatable.
Yeah, why, Travis? Why you leave us hanging like that, man?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just
No, it's
Put him
fine.
on the spot.
Oh, it's fine. There's no bad
no.
blood.
I mean, I don't know. I'm in the military right now, so I'm getting out within a month, and I was kind of just worried about what's gonna happen, and I'm kind of a person, things have to be right there in front of me, and I got a job offering from some contracting company called FTI, and they want me to teach maritime navigation to officers and stuff out in Swass, Newport. So
He's
which
gonna
is
be
surface warfare
important.
officer school for you non-military people, by the way. So they want me to do that, and I couldn't let up the offer. I just had to take it.
And it's good, and we're all very happy for him. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, we are looking for a new vocalist. We've been trying to find somebody. We've gotten a few hits, but nobody that has stuck.
So then, Travis, will you be recording any on this CD, or What are you doing?
I don't think so.
No.
Kind of just like, yeah.
Done forever.
Yeah, well,
Forever.
done forever. The plan is, I think we're gonna have him sing, for his final show this Saturday. The show we're playing at Subterranean, and then after that,
Who knows?
who knows?
Travis, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, my vote is for. I mean, I'm really digging the way Tyler's been singing the last couple
Yeah,
of.
he's been doing great.
I'm
last
with
couple
you
of
on
pack-
that.
See, okay, so
I
it's-
vote for that as well. Just make a
it's-
vote right now.
it's
Tyler
3-0.
Oh,
sings.
we're voting right now. Wow.
Raise your hand.
Vice
raise.
becoming a three-piece?
Well,
They
Vice
were
was
already a
originally a
three-piece.
three-piece. Vice was, well, I mean, not originally, but the first shows that we played, I was singing. We had Alan guitar and Nathan on drums. So it's nothing we haven't done before. Hopefully, we'll be better this time around. But we'll see. It just depends on where things go and who we can find.
Now, if you did become a three-piece, every time Travis came back in town here and there, you guys still jam with them? You're like, hey, we got a show coming up. Travis, you're doing vocals with us.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so
not.
you need to keep down all the
I'll make
melodies
sure to get
and the
some knowledge
lyrics. You
on
need to
it.
keep it all practiced every day of your life
All right,
for the rest
I
of
got it.
ever.
I got it.
Down. Done.
Done. Cool.
Done.
Done. Where's the contract at?
I'll just write one up real quick.
When's your official last day in the state before you got to move?
End of August. I'm going back to Ohio, and then I'm going to move to Boston in end of September. I'm going to take some time off and then go to Vegas. Going to go to Florida, see some friends.
Vegas,
enjoy
Florida.
Myself. Yeah.
Got it.
Enjoy myself.
Going to Las Vegas, Florida.
Yep.
Then
Hopefully I
Boston.
don't black out. I probably will, but I'll be fine.
Just got to remember to get to Boston.
Yeah, that's the end goal.
Las Vegas, Florida.
They go to Boston Red Sox.
Not Bosnia, Boston.
Oh wait, Bosnia? You want
Not
me to go to
Bosnia,
Bosnia?
Boston.
He ends up in Bosnia. What the fuck?
Like this isn't
Seriously.
Boston.
This isn't Las Vegas, Florida.
Not even close.
The music that you guys brought tonight
Yeah.
was from the show that we actually saw you guys at for the Battle for Vakken back in February.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who recorded those tracks for you?
The guy that's to the left of you.
Oh,
His name is Dave, by the way.
Mr.
Everyone.
Dave
Yeah.
Warren.
The manager. The manager.
The
I just
Man,
wasn't sure
the-
if that was something that Cobra Lounge did
Dadager.
normally, or
The
No, no, no.
dadager.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
The
Dadager.
Dadager.
He just brings his own recordings. It's like a fucking mobile studio, you know. He brings his command center, operates it out of the back of his
I've
of
noticed
his car.
I'm being spied on right now.
Yeah. In fact, we all are. He's always watching, you know.
Don't
can
pick
hack
your
into the
nose.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're just kind of, I mean, I guess like sanctioned bootlegs. I don't know. It's not official anyway, but again, what is anything that we do? So it's very fitting for Vice.
You got some bootleg Vice tracks we're going to listen to?
Yeah.
So what's the first live track that you would like to play?
Poser.
Let's do Vice.
Yeah, Vice.
Vice. Yeah.
The
All
titular
right.
track, Morgan.
Yeah.
But it's not spelled, with a
differently.
Y.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Vice by Vice.
Their other song that they got.
Well, hi there. Hello. We know you're enjoying your current dose of metal with the people at the Metal Experience. What are their names, Ryan?
Hey, Morgan and Luco, how you doing?
Well, howdy. Should you get through with your dosage with them and find yourself still wanting metal, come see us at the Epitome of Stupidity podcast. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and other places, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's a cool show, I must say.
Until then, back to these guys.
Bye-bye.
This is Justin.
This is Dustin
Austin's J&D,
of the so-called Saints.
or so-called Sense,
Tell your boys
or Smell Your Boys.
you're listening to the Metal Experience.
Boom.
All right, we are back with Metal Experience. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, hanging out here with the guys in Vyse. That was a live track that was back in February from Cobra Lounge when they played Battle for Vakken Open Air, and that was Vyse
The titular
with an
track.
I, not a Y.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Viswa.
When we played that, I actually don't remember sounding that good. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm shocked, even.
How did we lose?
I don't know. It don't matter. It don't
It
matter.
was a very interesting clash of sounds.
Lots of variety.
that night. Yeah.
Lots of variety.
Yeah.
Diversity was the key of that night.
Now, how did you guys end up getting on that show? You're
I
just
don't
like,
know.
hey, yeah, we'll play it.
Well,
That
Dave,
guy over there.
Dave just tells us go here.
Yeah.
go
and
there.
we wake up hungover and we're like, oh.
Like we bring our gear and like we show up. We're like, this is Vice. They're like, oh yeah, just go over there and like plug in. And we're like, yeah, okay.
We'll be late too all the time. So
Like, I'm not lying. That's my honest to God, like, experience, really.
like, hey, we have a show in like 50 minutes and we have to drive all the way to bumfucked Egypt, Illinois, and
Egypt. Yeah. Yeah.
Austin, Massachusetts.
No. So we were the invitation was extended to us, and we took it and we played the show along with some other cool bands. And it was actually a really good night.
Yeah, there were
great
a lot
venue.
Of, a lot of cool bands.
Packed.
Toxic Ruin won.
Yeah.
they were good. I would
Yeah,
say
yeah,
they
yeah, they were.
pretty good.
I remember American Slang was another band I liked a lot.
Yeah. They
were good too, yeah.
I like those guys a lot as well.
But yeah,
I met a lot of people that day in the back, smoking a bunch of stuff and
Cigarettes.
I mean,
Yes.
of course.
tobacco products.
Of course.
only. But yeah,
Hookahs.
it was a cool night. It was a cool night.
Do you-
and I like that.
Alan, do you remember the one girl that was with me was going around asking people about like, hey, are you like the secret contest person?
Oh, Darian?
What?
Yeah. Thanks for throwing a name out there, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not using names. I forgot.
It's
No
a first name, so it's fine. You still can't trace it. Yeah, this person that we were with was like, she dedicated her entire night to trying to find out who like the secret judges were. So then she could, I don't know from there. Like I don't know what you do with the information.
Well, she's trying to bribe him a little bit.
Bribe them,
$20
hey,
under the table.
$20, like vote for this like band. Cool.
Our friends aren't really rich, so
No,
they can
no,
only do so
they are
much.
not. We are not
I've
either.
got $8 and a pocket full of change.
Yeah, we got some Vice stickers. You can have. You can have some.
Here's a
of
T-shirt.
I got a
It's extra
paperclip.
small.
No, actually, we're out of shirts. So,
Okay.
so we don't even have that.
Now, did she ever find
I hope
before?
No, she didn't. She
There were
failed
secret
miserably.
judges besides
No,
the
she
two that
did.
they
Yeah.
had?
Yeah.
Did she?
She did.
Yeah.
But she
Really?
was really.
Well, she thought so. So I'm just kind of operating based on that assumption.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, dude, it was like a whole covert. Dude,
The
it
whole
was
thing
weird.
was just weird.
It was covert
it's a
at
top
Cobra.
secret.
Yeah.
The chance to go to Germany. That's under lock and key.
Joy
I
Mini.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the chance to go play in California and other battle of bands would have been cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have.
You know?
Oh
Too
yeah.
bad we
That's
lost,
just
you
an
know?
escape.
Yeah.
You guys should have shown up and been like, "We're Toxic Ruin."
yeah. We just gone there.
That's us.
I have a
Well.
T-shirt. I mean, we could do it.
I was going to say, show up to Cobra Lounge. We're ready to go.
So
Bags
who-
packed and everything. We're going.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Winners.
Morgan,
What?
you looked up the band and saw who actually won.
So there was a band called Monarch from San Diego that won.
San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh.
They look like a thrash band.
Wait,
Again,
they-
look
yourself,
they
San
like-
Diego.
Were they like all thrash bands over there?
I don't know.
Did
I
they-
I
have
think that's
a
mostly
feeling.
what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Now, did they
New wave
win?
thrash.
Win,
No.
or they go to now
No.
they go to play somewhere else?
Now they go to Europe and play with 29 other bands between July 31st and August 2nd.
Is it paid or is like?
It's
do
a-
they
I
have to
highly
pay
doubt
them?
it.
There's
So-
like
so they have to
find
go
your
to
way over
Europe.
there.
Find a
I-
way.
for
Take a
them to-
boat, a camel.
For them to
You got
actually
it,
like
dude.
pay 29 bands to go, I'm pretty sure you're paying your own way if you really want it.
Wild.
Yeah.
Better get
That's
those
crazy.
passports in order. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
Did you guys
crazy.
have your passports in order before you guys took on this show?
Look
yeah,
at
I
us.
got mine the
Look
day
at us.
before.
What do you think?
The
Not a
answer is
chance.
yes. Dadager had it.
We know
set.
Travis did.
Yeah. And I did, and you do.
Probably not.
All right. 3 of us.
There you go.
No
Nathan,
drummer.
I feel like you would know if you had your passport or not.
Yeah. How would you-
Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know.
Were you drunk? like, like one of those people that's blacks out and goes buys a passport.
Yeah, that's
I'm here for a passport.
total impulse buy.
End up on a mailman.
Yeah, so what's on the agenda? What are we talking about here?
Well, we were just discussing things. Well, we were actually
got sidetracked a little, I think.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a little bit. This was the first time that we actually got to see you guys live was at that Cobra Lounge show. What's your favorite song to play live? What do you feel like gets everybody hyped the most, or what gets you most
Okay, now
excited
those are two
on
different
stage?
questions.
Well, then answer both of them.
Oh, we will. Alan, you go first.
I like Vyse. I like Vyse a lot. I like Angry Again as well. That one just slows down and it's pretty heavy for me. I have a good time on stage with that one. I do like Grievances as well. It's also just, I don't know, I can just move so much and fly around the stage when that's playing. Because when you're playing a lot on guitar, you're like, you're like moving, but you're looking at your hand playing at the same, so you feel a little stiff. But when it's kind of in the back of your head, you can just kind of run around all over the place. So, yeah, I would say Vyse is my first one, just because I know that like the back of my hand too. Angry Again, also Grievances. But yeah, those are my top 3, I would say.
They just wanted top 1.
Oh, well,
Oh, sorry.
Well, you all know it's Pagan. That's my,
Oh, yeah,
my drum solo.
That's second.
I take
2
the whole
drum
stage.
solos.
Yeah, actually.
Drum intro, drum solo.
Drum intro, drum solo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like. Our newer stuff is really cool. I like playing that. I think that Poser's one of my favorites because I just like
That
the
is
song. I like the riffs. I like.
Who's this song about, Tyler?
You sing you sing that song like
Put me
a
on the
mean
spotlight.
motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, and plus I sing that one too, so that's fun. But yeah, I can really get down with our new stuff, with our old stuff.
Yeah, Tyler has a really mean grit in his voice.
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm doing, so I just like scream into a microphone. It sounds like intense and stuff.
Fake it till you make it, brother.
Fake it till
Yeah.
you make it, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, we're Vyse. All of our songs sound like really good and everything, and they're all my favorites. So like, why wouldn't we like to play any of them?
Seriously.
Sound like such a poser right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
What about you,
Weird.
Travis?
I don't know. I like Neurotic. I do like Pagan.
Oh,
I
yes,
have to go with-
yes.
I would say Neurotic over Pagan, though. I don't know. It's just like it's really fast, and then the midsection, it starts to groove out a little bit, and then goes right back at it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I was
Picking it up.
talking about. Neurotic is just a lot for me to do, so I
Yeah.
gotta be really like, oh god, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
what I do is I don't pay attention to what I'm playing at all, so I
just
don't
hits
have that
notes.
problem. I just guess.
You're telling me this now?
Dude, you've heard me play.
You haven't known this?
What do you think I do?
We have to have a serious talk.
We
when
just
get on.
guess.
And I just say gibberish. All right,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Cool. So yeah, so that's our band. We're selling ourselves really well right now. Come see us live. It's great. It's great.
We play with blindfolds on.
We play with blindfolds on.
We just guess what we're
We-
playing.
we don't,
Every
yeah.
song.
It's all improv. But yeah, so
Well,
yeah.
I will say, when we saw you guys at Cobra, we're like, at the end of the set, we looked at Morgan and I looked at each other like, holy fuck, that was really fucking good.
Oh, thank
you guys
you.
put on a fucking killer live show. And then you guys like switch instruments
Yeah.
and everything. What song do you guys switch instruments for?
That's Poser. Yeah.
That was Poser, yeah.
Yeah.
I slap at
that's
the
one that I
bass on the
sing.
poser. You know.
Yeah.
It's
He
always fun.
Takes my bass and desecrates it.
Yeah. On stage.
And I take his mic and I just
That's why we lost
spit all
right there.
over it.
That's
Yeah,
why we
yeah.
got it.
So you can
I
give
thought
it
that was
back.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's tons of fun.
Well,
Yeah.
it's very interesting to
Yeah.
see that, you know.
It is.
It's funny because that's like the second time we've only done that. Like
Yeah.
before, we did it with Corinne's show, which was super successful, and then
And,
no,
and
we did that.
yeah, and it was like a total impromptu thing, and we just decided to do it again. So yeah, so that's cool.
I mean, the whole time we were watching, we were like, "What are they doing?"
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Yes. Yes.
We do a quick
thank you.
selling of souls before we switch instruments so we know what we're playing.
We
you know?
slid our hands 13 times, and then we pour it in a glass and we drink it.
Of course.
So.
Weird blood magic
I've actually
stuff.
seen a man
Yeah, there
do
was.
that
What
on
was that
stage.
band? What was that band that did that at Underground
Oracle.
Lounge?
I can't remember.
Oh,
Oracle.
there's
Oracle.
Oracle. God.
This man's preparation before he would sing is he would kind of have like this little tray of little wine glasses
Okay.
and such.
Please, I will set this up. Before they go on, the frontman brings out an altar, a small altar with a silver tray,
Now this is
incense.
in the green room, or this is
This
on
is on
stage?
stage.
There was no
This on
green room
stage,
here.
yeah.
This is on stage.
The band's setting up all this man's
Candles, incense, relics, and the centerpiece of his whole setup is he has a chalice and he has a blade, and whilst and before he sings, he uses the blade to draw blood from his own hand, which he pours into the chalice, mixes with wine, and then drinks, which
This
I guess
sounds
makes
like
his voice
Dark
better.
Sermon. Remember when
Dude,
we
this is
saw
like blood
them?
magic. This is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, they were pretty good, so I guess it was working.
Yeah,
but,
Yeah, dude, this
he
dude had a
wailed.
beautiful voice.
He wailed.
Like, it
Way
was
better
crazy.
than Travis.
Yeah, way better than me. Like we went on after them. Like after he slid his like hand 13 times,
How
and
are
I
we
was
supposed
like,
to follow that?
yeah.
Oh,
There was like
we
literally
couldn't, we just
5
quit.
people
No.
there.
If I could compare him, he sounded like Bruce from
Yeah,
Iron Maiden
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but
better.
he was cleaner.
Yeah,
he was
yeah, yeah.
very clean. Yeah. And but yeah, interesting man. Weird man, but
But hey, that's musicians.
Yeah.
Super cool.
yeah.
Get in the
I liked
groove.
it.
We just had a musician left the house not too long ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's call him Steve.
Steve.
For the purpose of this conversation.
Yeah, so we actually had Steve. Yeah, oh, it's funny. So we had somebody living with us. So our house was packed. Okay, so mind you, you got the 4 of us living together, and then this other person, and then there's like 2 dogs running around. So
Yep.
it's never quiet, and like no one is ever at peace with themselves nor each other. So it's just like a great like creative melting pot of all these feelings and emotions and stuff going on, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like we are approaching the end of our lease. We're all going to be kind of splitting ways and stuff. So, we're like filtering off bit by bit, So we got one person out, one dog out, got the next dog out. Going to have, next is Nathan is out because he's going to be moving out next week. And then it's going to get quieter and quieter and quieter. And then we're going to have to find some way that we can all like meet back up and like jam each week or whatever. So...
Oh,
we're looking forward to that.
adulting.
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. Weird.
So what did Steve do?
Well,
now?
Steve came, like he said, at a melting pot. The man said he sang for about 10 years. So we had high hopes, I
Oh, we're
suppose.
talking about something totally different.
Yes,
Yeah,
where
yes.
are you?
You were-
Oh!
yeah, that's why I said the
Yes,
musician.
yes.
Okay,
Steve.
okay.
The musician with
I'm not
red
on this.
hair.
Okay, you guys could have stopped me 16 minutes
That's
ago.
why I'm like, what are you talking about? We were just saying code names right now.
All right.
But, I mean,
Never mind.
He
Because
was
like
like,
Steve
"Oh, you mean
Vai,
actually
I thought you
Steve."
were okay. Because I thought Alan was being more clever than he really was. I was giving him too much credit with these nicknames and stuff. But yeah, okay. You tell the story. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
well,
about.
I mean, I was outside. I went to get some air because we were getting ready to jam, and some car pulled up in front of our house, and some sweaty guy walked up to me, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here for Tyler," because Tyler set it up. I'm like, "Oh, okay, like this is the guy jamming." I'm like, "All right, cool. Maybe he sings better than he looks." And
He's super sweaty.
I was just in a bad mood. I was, but from what the conversations me and you were having was he was into really a lot of the diversity that we were into. So like a lot of the heavier stuff, and then he was into bluer stuff and his bluesier stuff. Especially when he told me he was in a Howlin' Wolf, like the old 50s
Howlin' Wolf and
guitar
Muddy Waters
players.
and stuff,
Yeah, Buddy Guy and everything like that blew my mind. I'm like, oh, and I mean. Right now, I love the Doors, and the guy says he loves the Doors too. So I'm like, okay, if you can replicate anything Jim Morrison, then I'll bow down. But we went in there, and what was the first song we did? Ride the Lightning, and I was ready, and you know we're playing, we're in it, we're tight, and this man starts singing, and I wanted to vomit. I was just so shook, and like I was trying to push through it. I mean, what else did we do? Like some slower. We did some Doors. We did Break On Through.
Mother by Danzig, and
By
it was
Danzig.
one of the most atrocious things I think I've ever.
Just no control,
No redeeming qualities. It was cool.
Yeah, and then you know, I got to a point where I said, "Fuck it, let's just kind of jam. Like I'm gonna give you a riff, and then I'm gonna hold the chord, and you sing over the chord. Then we'll go back to the riff, kind of do some stuff like that." And he's like, "Okay, I understand." And I asked him if he knows what key he could sing in. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Okay, I hate you a lot now." And so I'm trying to figure out where his voice is good at, because I'm trying to give this man a chance. And after we started jamming, he just kept singing, didn't know when to stop, and I almost blew up. I almost got to the point where I wanted to say, "Get the fuck out," but I just kept looking at you, hoping you would like have another idea. But
There was a point in the rehearsal, because I've got PAs set up in like 5 different locations in the room, so you can hear everything that's going on, and like each person has their own monitor basically. And Alan keeps telling me, "Hey man, like keep turning up his voice so he stands out more." I'm like, "Dude, no, I got a PA right here. I don't want to be hearing this fucking shit." So I'm trying to turn him down. He comes over, he's like, "Yeah man, like just go ahead and turn him up." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And so it's like clear this guy, you know, like he said all this stuff. He said he'd been singing for 10 years. He's been in bands before. I didn't necessarily hear that, or maybe he was in like punk bands or something. I don't know, totally different, you know, style, I guess, where you didn't need to be good. So
he said 10 years.
Yeah,
like,
he said
Damn
10
it, Travis!
years.
Do you see what you're putting these boys through?
Yeah,
I know,
fuck
right?
you, guy. But seriously, like
sorry.
he said 10 years, but that held no weight to his performance whatsoever. You know.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean, it
He
like
spent
got to
10
the
years
point.
singing himself or something, or
I don't
just in a
know.
closet where no one can hear him. A
That's
He was
vault?
like singing in his head.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess so.
I sound pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate, what did you think about that whole fucking spiel?
I was honestly just focusing on staying on time because that he was not on time at all. And like,
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
I have a monitor right behind me, so like he kept saying turn it up, and it was just blasting into my ears. That was all I could hear. Like I couldn't even hear my own drums over this man's voice, and so I really wasn't even listening. Like, I was just trying to play on time.
So the
Good for
voice
you.
of an angel. Now Steve
Yeah.
is joining the band.
Yeah, Steve's gonna be in the band now.
He's gonna be our third
Farewell,
vocalist.
good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he could see it in our faces. Well, at least in my face, because I gave him a couple looks a couple times, and I mean, he didn't even want to say goodbye to me as he was leaving. And I went up to him.
Well,
like,
you're not
"Hey, I
very
just
much
want
of a nice
handshake."
person sometimes, so.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, shit.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. It's business, and it's like, okay, like, you said these things. We're like, okay, cool. Like, let's jam with you. Let's see what you can do. You know, because we like to pride ourselves on our musicianship, right? And that's not, like, a brag or anything. It's like we know our music theory, and we know our rhythms, and we like to play well. We like to, you know, be on time and come up with interesting things. And we've got our own mix that works for us, and we need a singer who fits that. We don't want to have to acclimate ourselves to some vocalist who comes in and isn't a part of like what we've already built.
Yeah.
And it's just a and it is going to be a hard time trying to find somebody who fits, but the thing is it's worth it. And if, you know, like, you clearly aren't what fits, then why are we going to lead you on and be like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good, like let's run it again and like let's do it and stuff," because like that's just a waste of everyone's time, you know.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to do that to somebody or to ourselves, you know. So
Yeah.
that's just kind of my approach.
It definitely sucked. You know, I had just high hopes for the guy. He had the same amount of interest as we did. I mean, it's like meeting someone on an online dating thing. You know, like they
Getting catfish.
You know, they're like, "Yeah, we got
You got
catfish."
catfish.
They said they had an 8-incher, and it turns out to be
Yeah.
4.5. I mean,
Unsatisfying.
Wow.
totally
Just walking out, put on your clothes, and just
it's
close the
exactly
door.
like that.
Fuck you, Steve.
So now with vocalists, what are you looking for?
We need variety.
Okay.
Our songs, our music have a lot of variety. You guys have seen it. You guys have heard it. We've got stuff that's heavy. We got stuff like Poser and Grievances. You know, it's more thrash, heavy metal. We've got stuff that blends more of a More of a melodic element. We've got stuff that uses kind of catchier hooks, and I mean things that you might say are poppier to the extent like that Iron Maiden is pop or whatever. So we've got a lot of styles that we combine and blend, sometimes all into one song. We need somebody who can keep up with that, execute it, and execute one style just as well as the last, and just as well as the next.
I mean, at this point, it'd just be cool to find someone who knows what the hell they're doing. You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
then you can swim. We can jam together. We can do a lot of stuff. Because I don't mind, playing around. However, if they're really good at it, I don't mind like bending to that kind of style myself. And then we can branch out, and they could grow as well. I mean, I think we've grown a lot ourselves. Like now, I mean, I think we listen to a lot of blues more than we ever did before.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
You should just call back Casey in the band.
oh yeah, for sure. Casey, where you at, man? Come through.
Oh, that
So, yeah.
note. Why don't we play another track?
Yeah.
What else did you guys bring for us tonight?
We got 3 other songs.
Let's
so
do Grievances, yeah?
Yeah, Grievances. Cobra
This is
Lounge.
also from the Cobra Lounge.
Well, there you go. We got another live track by Vyse. This is Grievances. Let's do it.
You
Hey, come check out Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host Ben and
Austin.
We are on every Thursday morning
with tips on how to be a more efficient racist.
No, we don't do that.
Also, best ways to bag your sister in the sack.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Also, we do impressions.
We don't do that either. We do have some buttons that we push sometimes.
What? And black people.
Anyways, you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and everywhere you get a podcast.
You can find us closest to your nearing Burning Cross.
No, you can't. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at STM Podcast. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, this is Endostalgia at the Metal Experience, and our music will make you shit your pants.
All right, we are back once again with the Metal Experience. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, hanging out with the guys in Vyse.
Hey,
That was another live track from the Cobra Lounge Vacan Open
That's
Air
all we have is
show.
live tracks because we can't record shit.
No, that's all good. It's all good. Sounds great. And that
It's
was
almost like you're there.
Grievance.
That was
Grievances.
Yeah.
What is that song about?
Oh, Tyler, yeah, what's up?
So,
What's up, Tyler?
Oh, I need to pull up the lyrics real quick. I forgot. No. So, yeah. So this song has kind of a lot of anger behind it. A lot of resentment towards somebody who's maybe wronged you, or
someone named Travis who's
someone
leading
named
the
Travis.
band.
The song's actually about me, guys.
The song's about me. Yeah. So, I didn't write it with a specific person in mind. But I definitely knew how I felt when I wrote it. And this is something that I think most people can apply to their lives. Just when you invest into somebody or something, and you feel like you're wronged or you're betrayed or you're hurt in some way, and you feel like lashing out. That's kind of the feeling that the lyrics try to encompass.
Yeah, I mean the song. When I wrote the pre-chorus and stuff. I mean that's exactly what it is, because I'm looking at as the song as taking all your grievances and your sadness, essentially, as if the song itself is taking it. Because the pre-chorus goes, "I'll take it, all your grievances. I'll take it, all your grievances are mine." It's as if the song is taking that from you.
It's like the first two lines too. Like, no knife draws blood like you do. You know, the deepest cut of all. Like that's saying it's really deep. You know, and kind of pulls you in. Like, wow, these guys are edgy. You know,
Yeah, super edgy artists' emotion stuff.
I mean, when I made that, like, I was pretty pissed off about a bunch of shit.
Yeah, so
it's
just a good kind of anger song where you can just play and and you can play hard. It's a super easy song, super simple.
Yeah.
So there's no way we can fuck up. So we can just kind of get lost in the music and enjoy it and just have a good time doing what we do with it.
I mean, that's what I kind of did with the structure, really, too, because it's easy to get into, but the middle portion where me and you were just blasting it, that's kind of the weight, I think, that whatever is bothering you is, which is with the bass solo and everything, and then coming back, going like slower, just to really kind of, I think that
resolve it.
Yeah, it really kind of resolves.
That's
why it's slower, in my opinion, because there's more of a pull there to like take to take it to whatever that thing is that is bothering you. So, but yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that's Grievances.
I can roll with that.
Can you?
Well, I have to, right? You wrote it.
Yeah, it's true. No options.
Support us or die.
So before we started the show, we were kind of on a quick topic that I wanted to save because we were Luke and I have been on a binge of watching things about UFOs and shit. And,
UFOs.
You mentioned your military background before, and we were talking about that these shows have a lot of military personnel that are stepping forward, talking about their experiences. And Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge.
Watch Unidentified on History Channel and see how little Tom DeLonge is actually in the show with a bunch of government officials.
Hi, I've been in the U.S. military for 47 years. Hi, I'm Tom DeLonge.
How do you say his last name?
It's not possible.
DeLonge.
It's DeLonge.
It's
French.
DeLonge. But we were trying to ask you, Travis, if you had any, or if you guys have too, besides Travis, have had any UFO encounters.
Well, I lived in Vegas.
I believe she said Travis.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We'll get to
No,
you.
you can cut me off, Alan, if you want. It's fine.
He's out of the band. Fuck him. He doesn't talk anymore.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Travis. Fuck you, Travis.
Block my mic.
Did I say fuck you, Travis? Yet? Okay.
But Travis, you were like, I've seen some
Yeah,
shit.
so now you got me intrigued with the Vegas thing because we're going, damn it.
Yeah, just talk about the Vegas stuff, yeah.
Well, Area 51's like within that general area. I mean, if you kind of look at the sky in the nighttime, there's some shit moving pretty quickly. I mean, I'm not saying Area 51 is like just UFO. I know it's a bunch of like spacecraft shit and like top secret stuff, but you can,
you know this?
yeah. But I mean, you can like just kind of in the night sky, like stuff moves pretty quickly. Like
saw a satellite
at
one
an
time.
incredibly far distance.
What?
You were with me.
Where?
It was at that block party where you looked up at the sky and you could see it just like going,
Oh.
and it was like, that's a fucking satellite,
You
dude.
can
And it was
see
blinking and shit.
satellites.
It was cool as fuck, though. I've never seen a satellite in the sky, but it was like moving across. You can see it blinking. I'm like, yeah, it's a satellite, bitch.
Yeah, do you guys
Government's
know how
watching
many
us.
satellites there are roaming around Earth?
No?
7,982.
No.
Okay, how many?
I was gonna say like,
There's
how
like
fuck would I
You're
know?
one
it's about
off.
2,500 different satellites.
what?
Cool, thanks, I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I was gonna say 3.
No, there's like 2,500.
Isn't that like top secret shit? You're just
No,
letting out?
I know the military owns like about 25 of them, and it's to say that it's funny because we went down the 0 degree mark by the equator, right? And we went past it, and we lost all communications, and it's because the U.S. military forgot to extend their lease out on the satellite.
Oh no!
So we lost all comms. We were out there stranded in the middle of the ocean, and
Oh
yeah, it
my
was fun.
god.
You didn't renew the subscription. You
Yeah, it's like,
asshole.
you know, you just
gotta,
go
like, pay the
online.
phone bill, like fuck.
Yeah, you just gotta
government.
put in your credit card number, and then there you
Oh
go. $7,482 a month.
Yeah, so have you seen any fucking aliens when you're out in
Fucking
the
A.
ocean?
I've seen some weird shit, with people in the military, and also like seeing shit out in the sky. Like you go out like 700 nautical miles, which is longer than a regular mile or a statue mile, and it's literally just you see every single star.
I mean, it's pitch black out there, so you're looking up, and it's
Yeah, so depending on the illumination of the moon, like it can be, say, about like 60% illumination and not a cloud in the sky. You'll see shooting stars. You'll see planets. You'll see Saturn. You can see Jupiter. You'll see Mars. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Seeing all that stuff. And then like sometimes you'll see like you'll be so stranded out there. I remember being out in the Gulf, which is the Persian Gulf, and like I would see this object with lights, and it wasn't an aircraft because we would definitely know what it was, and it just kept moving and kept moving and kept moving, and it was really, really bright, and it was coming right like towards us, but it wasn't like getting like closer and closer. It was just staying in the same line of direction, and I was just like, oh, that's a fucking spaceship right there. That's aliens just taking to come and get us, probe me. They're gonna come and probe us.
Travis, at the end of
Look
Unidentified,
at that Travis down there. He's got a sexy ass.
There's
Let's
like
probe him.
an email address or phone number we can give you that you can report this and tell them, and maybe Tom DeLong can interview you about it.
That's classified information, ma'am. I can't tell you that.
There are plenty of government officials in
But
this
it's-
show that have come forward
but
and
it's
left their jobs because of this, because
Tom
they want to
DeLong,
prove
dude.
existing of UFOs.
Hey, you're Travis. I'm Tom DeLong.
I'm in a band called Vyse. Help a guy out.
I'm not Edward Snowden, okay? I'm not just gonna be a whistleblower,
I mean-
all right? And just give out secrets.
How interested are you guys in like aliens? Like, do you know about the Greys? Like what they call the Greys or whatever?
The old
Like
Greys.
the little like short things.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
not talking about your pubes.
oh my
Talking about
god.
my pubes? Talking
Yeah.
about my short pubes?
Yeah.
I call them the Greys also. That's
Greys.
funny.
This just went south.
Morgan, you fucker.
This rabbit hole is amazing.
No, we are very interested. Actually, we just finished watching. History Channel had a show called Project Blue Book because
That's cool.
we found out about Project Blue Book from watching Unidentified and stuff. So that was a good show. But
So-
then we've been watching like stuff on the moon landing and
Mhm. Well, when you get a chance, like typing in Google like Zeta reticuli, something like that.
Can you spell that for me, please?
It's like 2 words. It's Zeta.
F-U-C-K space
ZETA,
Y-O-U.
ZETA, and then reticuli. I don't know how you would spell that. but
sound it out.
Reticuli, RITCLUI.
Google will correct you.
Yeah, yeah, and like there's a bunch of like conspiracies like that's where like they come from. It's like It's like a star system like 40 light years away, and it's like it's got 2 suns and stuff.
Only
and
40
if you-
light years away? That's
40
like
light years.
That's really
next
fucking
door.
close.
Have you guys,
yeah. So
have you guys ever been to the planetarium in Chicago?
A long time ago.
Yeah, you guys should check it out. Like they have basically small little shows, and they talk about like all the different galaxies and stars and stuff. It's like really cool, and they talk about the hidden 9th planet. It's pretty interesting how like Pluto isn't a planet; it's like a dwarf planet.
why do we not have a song about aliens?
Because I don't believe that aliens have ever visited this planet, and I'm not going to write a song about aliens.
You're in a
That's why.
band with a
That's
bunch
subjective.
of aliens.
That's true. That is fucking true.
Pretty fucking false.
What do you mean false?
Are you religious?
No.
Donald
Okay,
Trump
then
will tell you
aliens.
otherwise.
Then aliens.
Aliens.
No.
Aliens.
Listen. Aliens.
I believe now.
Aliens,
Have you ever
Doc.
watched X-Files?
It's okay. Irregardless of what media you consume, I don't believe. I mean, I personally don't believe. I'm not convinced that that intelligent extraterrestrial life has ever visited.
Did
our
you
planet.
know that
Well, you're
Star Wars is
ignorant.
based on a true story?
Oh my! All right.
Did you know that?
I'm trying to have an
The Last
intellectual.
He's
Jedi
from
was
the
an
Navy,
actual
bro.
thing,
This is what
which is
our Navy has.
unfortunate.
You believe in
I'm
aliens?
quitting the band. Fuck you guys.
Yeah?
Now there's just 2. Good luck.
It's like, I'm in the Navy, dude. Star Wars was real.
Star Wars, dude. Like, look up the Zeta Reticuli. They got like 40 light years away. There's like a solar system, man.
Dude, on God, let's go home and write a song about aliens.
Fuck you.
I'm so serious.
When I get probed at
Fine,
home,
go do it.
I'm
Oh
looking
my
for
God.
it.
Probed.
Was it an alien or was it my neighbor?
That's the chorus. That's the chorus.
It's fucking Marat.
Well, let's do another track. We got what's the next track
so,
you guys want to?
well,
Pose.
Let's do
Oh,
Poser.
Poser.
Well, what's cool about Poser is Tyler sings this one, and I
There's a
think
little backstory behind it
I
too.
think well,
oh yeah, there is.
there's a
huge
lot of
backstory.
backstory.
We should
Let's-
talk about
yeah,
it
yeah,
afterwards.
let's-
Yeah.
I mean, did we say his name, or are we using another made-up
We
name?
are
Frank?
using a made up name.
John.
Frunk.
Steve.
Again.
John
is Tim.
Stevenson. Well,
They're all
Steve.
Steves.
I don't know. There's a lot of fake people out there, and
There are a lot of fake people.
that's really kind of what the song really is. I think Tyler did a great job with the lyrics, and I think Tyler really sells the song
Yeah.
vocally, just because it's so. I mean, when I made the riffs, like it's just his voice was kind of in my head. It's very angry, very dirty, and the guy sells it pretty well, in my opinion.
We're
take a
very
listen.
angry people.
Yeah, we are.
Everybody, we are boys. Give it the fuck up where we let it bore us. Everybody after us on this day. right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Like movies, music, television, and more? Oh my god. Well, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
Bury me in the distance. Deep breaths, listen in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John, and we are Victims. And you're listening to the Metal Experience. Check out our full-length album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind, available everywhere.
Woo! All right, that was Poser by Vyse, rocking out here in the basement of Fitz's Spare Keys.
I love this place, by the way.
I do also.
Yeah, dude, it's
cool.
so
Bowling,
roomy.
Pool. There's
Yeah.
darts upstairs.
Loud
there's
noises.
Jazz
Their
band
beer
up
is
there.
delicious. It's
They
pretty
got
good.
Modelo on tap. What else can you ask for?
Check out them corn bites, yo.
You got them elote corn bites, dude. Hey.
Hey, fool, where it
Hey,
is?
yes, hey. I had chicken wings tonight, and they were so good. Morgan had a chicken sandwich, and I also ate that motherfucker, and it was also so good.
You just took her.
Wait, yeah, you ate her chicken
She was like, "Here,
gave it
you
to
can
her.
have the rest of that." And I'm like, "Yes."
It was getting too soggy to eat.
And I enjoyed all of its sogginess.
Hell yeah.
You
More
like
power
it
to it.
soggy, don't you?
So, dude, I fucking sog it down, babe. Sog it down.
Babe, if it's not soggy, I'm not.
Sog it
I'm
down.
not touching it.
Terrible, Luco. You're fucking terrible.
Mr.
All right, are
Blaze,
you ready
everybody.
for your time to shine?
Oh, I don't think I have one of those.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found!
Only on the Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, this week brought to you by our friends. Well, this week and every week, actually, Morgan. Brought to you, Morgan, every week. Brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. And you boys, you gentlemen, are recording with them right meow.
Yeah, they're awesome.
This week, this track, this band for the Hey Look What I Found segment is also courtesy of Loud Rage Music. We have the band Left Hand Path, and they're from they're from Romania. It looks like it's Cluj, Cluj. Not quite sure how you pronounce that, but Romania nonetheless. We've got a twofer for you tonight. They are both from the brand new self-titled EP that was released June 17th, so a couple 2-3 days ago. We have Ecosysm, which they also have a music video up on YouTube for, and the track Greater Than Us. Morgan, let's fucking do it!
What are you?
I'm a dude, and I'm inviting you to join me on a podcast about brews.
Does that include stouts?
Yes, of course it includes stouts. Like I was saying, join us every Saturday on the journey into...
Wait a minute. Do you guys do anything about like IPAs?
Yes,
Stuff like that?
yes, we do IPAs.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, join us on the Journey into Comics Network for Brews with Dudes.
Whoa, hey, have you guys ever... Do you care if I bring some Zima on?
Yes, I care if you bring Zima. Zima doesn't count. Zima's... Dr. Dongo. Anyway, join us every Saturday for a podcast that delves into the craft brew world.
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Fuck you! Will you wear the blood?
Woo! All right, that was Left Hand Path. They're from Romania. That was a twofer. That was Ecosystem and Greater Than Us. Check them out on the Facebooks. Give them a like.
Why are they called Left Hand Path?
I don't know. Morgan, can
Are
you
they
ask them
all
real quick?
left-handed or something?
Don't
They're
know.
all lefties.
Maybe.
That segment is always brought to you by Imprint Recordings, your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. And also check out Loud Rage Music. Morgan tells me they are the record label they're on?
Yeah, promotion
label.
record
they're on.
label. Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah, Morgan. Fuck yeah. Take it away. I believe in you.
Do you hear those paranormal knocking on the walls?
Yeah, what is that? They're G-hosts.
Oh, no.
That's
Crazy.
John Well Quincy Depp, dude.
Oh, my God.
You can't be a ghost if you're still living.
That's the ghost of
2019.
John Well Quincy Depp's future past.
We talked about UFOs. Have you guys
point.
ever had a paranormal experience?
Yeah, I have.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Travis, like one time I punched the
I
ghost
mean,
in his
so
mouth.
okay, so I'm sorry,
with my
Mom.
tongue.
So my mom, she does like she does like crystal readings and stuff. Days over laughing because she told him the same story too, and she's told me how like sometimes she'll do readings and stuff, and she's also a hairstylist, and but on her side gig she basically reads people and she gives them like deep tissue massages and stuff, and
I like
it's all
your
about
mom
the
already.
spiritual healing, right? Shit I don't believe in, but like she said that one time she did a patient and apparently Jesus was sitting in the corner like telling her like all the different like pain and stuff, and I was just like, what the Mom, what kind of drugs you been doing? Like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, I couldn't believe like what she was saying or anything like that. I love her, but you know, that's some off the wall shit. I'm like, I don't know if I can ever experience that.
Your mom is a party animal.
Yeah, she's a free spirit. Yeah, yeah.
That's how she sees all the spirits.
Yeah. She's like one of those people. Like, I don't know if you ever met anyone. Like, they can just go in a room and I can feel everyone's emotions. And
Love you, Andrea.
Yeah, I love your mom, by the way.
I've never met her, but hey, fucking best wishes.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
This whole time you've been a band, you've never met his mom?
No, these two have.
haven't met
but
any
this,
of his family.
How?
This hermit,
I don't know,
has not
So
been
when
out to
he, before he moves, you need to meet the fam.
His family all lives in like
Ohio.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
not
you're
anywhere
gonna have to move his gear up to Ohio with
Oh,
him, right?
so now I
Yeah.
am given the task of moving his fucking shit.
Yeah.
Halfway. Okay.
That's what friends do.
Yeah, that's what friends do, buddy.
Come on, dude.
And while you're in Ohio, you can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, check out a few concerts, have a good time, take a vacation.
And I can talk to Jesus with Travis's mom.
And I
go.
think
I'm
the
looking forward-
football.
No, she lives in Florida.
Football. Oh,
okay,
fuck.
Well, next
I
on
mean,
the list.
what, Las Vegas, Florida?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, Florida. Yeah.
Now you got to drive all the way to Las Vegas, Florida. This is a road trip,
You can
boys.
do bath salts too and eat people's faces while you're down there as well.
I can't wait. Sign me up.
Florida sounds like an
What a selling
insane
point.
time.
I just got back from there not too
Yeah?
long ago.
Did you
couple
eat
days.
bath salts and eat someone's face?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah. There's like a couple victims down on I-75 right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm turning you in, you son of a bitch.
Bastard.
We were talking earlier about you guys having new music already written and some recorded. Are you playing any of those songs live?
Yeah.
Yeah, this next show, I think we'll close with it, is with what I'm thinking so far. It's going to be called Kill for Gain. And that, personally, me, that's so far our favorite shit.
It's a banger.
Me too, yeah. I
pretty
like
good.
it a lot.
Bang.
It's a new old one.
Well, I mean, it's been being
In the
made
works.
for a while, but I mean, I think it's done now. And Tyler, you gonna sing it, or Travis, you still want to sing it?
I mean, I'll do the chorus. I think Tyler should sing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll have Nathan sing it.
Exciting.
I don't care.
Yeah, we'll just pick someone out of the crowd to sing
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
Fuck it.
you, here's the
Fleet
fucking
Flart
lyrics.
Floop.
Yeah.
Nathan with his nips just blasting everyone.
The man can blast.
What
that's for
imagery?
sure.
The man can blast nips, brah.
He's not the one with the
I done
pasties on
seen
right
it.
now. You see this guy?
Oh, shit. I didn't
I want pictures on Saturday of you shirtless with the Metal Experience
Pasties.
on
Oh,
your
on my
nipples.
nips?
I'll give you extra ones in case they fall off.
Thank God.
Because
That's what we need.
Morgan, I'll deliver. I'll deliver.
All right, yeah. So
I mean, that's promotion.
This went south again.
Yeah, so our music that we do, in between the memes that we participate in. So, yeah, we're always working on new stuff. Alan here, he's just a fountainhead of creativity. He's always writing, always playing, always doing something. He can never stay on track, so in rehearsal, we'll be doing our stuff because, like, dude, okay, gigs tomorrow. We gotta practice. We haven't done that yet. And then he's like, oh, but like, check out this Spanish flamenco piece I did. I'm like, dude, like, we're not doing that right now. But yeah, so we have no shortage of new material in the works. We still have lots of old riffs that that are old that we still haven't put into songs yet. So we've got a ton of stuff. Right now, we are actually playing live some stuff that we don't even have near recorded yet because we don't have much of anything recorded, but we have stuff that we aren't even working on right now. And it's just kind of whatever we've been playing recently and whatever we've got sounding really good, whatever we're confident with, whatever we're like, you know what, yeah, this is done, this is how the song's meant to be. You know, we rehearse it up until it's good, and then, you know, we play it live. So we've got kind of a rotation of a ton of different things that we can be playing out, and things that are old and new, and things that some people may have never heard before, and some people might, know, and we've got options, we've got variety.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not you decide yet to take on a new vocalist or stay as a three-piece, are there plans after you release this upcoming album to do a tour?
I don't know.
It definitely depends on how it's received, and if we know where it's a hot spot, if like if we're wanted here or there, because we want to play where we're wanted, of course.
In my mind, the biggest goal is distribution. We need to have a product that we can disseminate amongst people. People can listen to us whenever they want, keep us in their ear. Because when we play live, we hear it all the time. Man, you guys are great. You're like the best band I've ever heard. Like you're so good, whatever. And it's frustrating because we don't have much in terms of a product that we're proud of that we want to leave people with. So that way they can, take the CD, burn it, copy it, share it with their friends, things like that. We
illegally download on Turkish download sites.
Please.
Of
Pornhub. That's
Pornhub.
what we need.
Yeah, it's on Pornhub.
The whole album on Pornhub.
Wait, what? Okay.
If you want your ears fucked, then there you go.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, we need to get our stuff onto radio shows. We need to get our stuff on, into MP3s, into CDs that people can share and listen to and spread. That's my main priority right now. And then I think that the tour and the shows will come after.
Yeah.
Or be like a simultaneous thing.
It's the funny thing too is like you said, like every time after every show, like people will come up to us like, yeah, do you guys have any CDs? Like, when's your guys' album coming out? And I'm just like, yeah, sure, okay, like,
nope,
soon.
Yep. Well, I mean,
time.
it's I guess that could be partly my fault too, because I am a bit of a perfectionist. I mean, I am.
Yeah.
I'm more. Yeah, I really am much of a perfectionist. I mean, I guess when people see us live, like I think we do a pretty good job of doing a live show, but I want that same impact, if not even a bigger impact, when they take a CD home, So then if they were to come again, they'd be like, holy fuck, like I didn't even know what the songs were about, but now like a little more, and it's just
more
like
of it.
It's I really want to sell the whole thing. It's the album's got to be perfect, honestly. So
has to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy too, because like before, like we do rehearsals and stuff, and then we're just like so indecisive about things. Like we'll basically just come up with new stuff, and then we'll change everything out. It's kind of like every show will be different. Like you'll hear a different rendition of the song because we'll just keep constantly like changing things too, which is a good thing, and it's always keeping you fresh and on your feet and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
I mean, a song isn't complete in this band. It takes like maybe 3, 4. I mean, it takes a couple of months for us to finish a song. It's easy to like lay it all out, but it's just like we listen to it, we sit down, we talk about it. I think about it. I listen to it in the car with shitty like recordings, and it's just like, where can I add pizzazz? Where can I make it stick out? It's a process. It doesn't take just like one jam and the song's done. No, it's a whole process.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's sort of how most of our writing process is. I mean, this song "Poser," which we just heard, that's got to be one of my favorite ones for a myriad of reasons. But
what's it about, Tyler?
Well, I will get to that. It's a good long story. And I think that was one of the ones that just came about where you just had the riffs, Alan, and like we just jammed it once, and it was like, okay, like, like this is good. And then we jammed it one more time, and like maybe once more after that, we're like, okay, like this is it, because you've got that framework. And Alan and Nathan and I, we've been playing music together for a while, and we can get on the same page as one another. And
well, yeah. I mean, when the first time that song was complete, it was dry. Something was missing. There was a big missing factor. Something, because we had the riff, we had the vocal melody, we had et cetera, but me and Nathan, if you remember, me and you were jamming, and I brought it up. I'm like, it needs something. It needs like something needs to blow up in the middle. Yeah, which was the middle section essentially, because I mean that part I was like, I mean, I think I said to you, I'm like, it needs to be like we're kicking somebody's ass, and then we're just like ba ba ba, and I just like, it just felt like I was punching someone in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and we just kind of exaggerated on that, and then like the whole bow, that just felt like someone's being destroyed and being sent down into hell. But I mean, yeah, and
we're kind-hearted people,
of course.
But yeah, I mean our whole approach to music is very organic. I mean, I personally think that music should be a representation of the human experience, and what that means for me is things that you experience both in reality and things that you might have in your head. You know, like because you've got songs that I mean, there's some bands that exclusively write about like their views on politics or world events, and there's some bands that only write about dragons and Vikings and shit like that, and I prefer to take an approach that's more up the middle, whereas I like to keep most of my writing based in reality and add a kind of more personal touch, or sometimes more of like a more metaphysical idea behind that. So that way you've got a song. Some are about real events, and some are about things that might just be conjecture in your mind. And I think that's what most represents the human experience, the human condition, and I think that's what music is a reflection of. So this song "Poser" is an example of that exactly, both in the music and both in the lyrics. So the inspiration for this song is a very interesting story. Like, this is like TV type shit. So there was this guy.
His name's Steve.
Steve.
Here we go.
Steve. We will call him Steve
There
as
we
well. All the people that we know who aren't us are named Steve. So this guy Steve had this band, and they were moderately bigger than us. So, not huge, but not nobody. And so I first met this guy Steve. I was doing photography at a show that I just went to. I was there supporting my friends in Vitriol, who are another Chicago band. They're pretty good too. Go check them out. They're awesome. Yeah. And I was doing photography. I met this guy Steve, and he was there too, and he played with his band. And I was watching him, and this guy, he's up there, like, he's quirky, he's doing kind of like weird stage stuff, he's like not that good, or so it's just like, okay, like, cool, who are these guys? But like, they're playing kind of old school thrash stuff, which is something that I'm interested in, something that you don't see very often at all nowadays, because most of what you got is metalcore or new wave thrash, and so this is different. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And he was talking to me after the show, and I was talking with him, and he's like, hey, like, you play bass or whatever, we're looking for a bass player, you should come jam with us. And I was not sold, because I'm like, I just saw you guys play, you're not that good. And then he starts talking to me, he's like, oh, I got all these connections in like LA, we can get gigs and stuff, and I'm working on this album right now with the studio, and I'm working on getting like this deal. I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll hang out with you, I'll see what's up, because I mean, I can get some kind of exposure for Vyse. If I can, get, us out there, or get like me personally out there and get connected with some people, that's cool, So I was jamming with this guy and his band over a months long period, and the place we jammed was the drummer's like bedroom in his like trailer park house or whatever. So it's like literally like 10 fucking square feet, and we got Steve, who did rhythm guitar and vocals. We had the other guitar player, the drummer, and me. So we're packing all of our shit into this little bedroom, and the floor is littered in cigarette butts and empty beer cans, and like stuff in the mattress.
Ew.
Was just like a slab of like torn up stained foam. I'm like, dude, this is like this is bad news bears right here. like bad. So we would jam there. I would have to go and pick up Frank from Chicago, and Frank was this other guy who was in the band, and we would all have to meet up at the drummer's house. So I'm running around picking up everybody, going to this place, and so now like I'm kind of the errand boy, and it's just like this for months, and nothing's really happening. We're going on and on with this process, and things start to fall apart because now I'm starting to figure out that Steve, right? He's got no real connections. Nothing's happening. I'm spending a lot of time, and in this time, we're actually going about recording in this bedroom, just on like a shitty DI box or whatever. So like I'm recording the album for him, and we're not getting anything lined up. We're not going forward. We're not getting gigs. It's just kind of like I'm starting to see that there's nothing here, and it's all just basically things that he made up, that Steve made up to get me into his band. So now I'm kind of like, okay, like I've been wasting all my time, all my money on this. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to get anything out of it. You're not getting anything out of it because like this isn't going to be a good situation. So when all this sort of started to happen and started to go downhill, I started to find out other things from his band members, Frank and Johnwell. I'll just call them because I already threw
Johnwell.
those names out there. We don't use names here. So I was talking with Johnwell, and he's like,
Welcome,
yeah,
Johnwell.
and he was like, yeah, like Steve isn't from around here. He's from this other place. There was like some legal allegations against him, and so he like left that city, came here. And then I was talking with the other dude, and he's like, yeah, like Steve was caught like stealing all this stuff from this business, and like he got mixed up in some kind of like some kind of sexual abuse allegations
it's like a
or
rape
whatever.
allegation or something like that.
Yeah. So like serious stuff, and it's all allegation. I haven't had it independently verified, but when your own bandmates are saying this stuff and not defending you, that's kind of sketch.
Yeah.
So Steve sets up the album release show. This is going to be the big fucking show. He's spent his whole life trying to get this band together. He's moved from cities. He has done everything in his power. He's built up his online presence. He's built up his following. Huge Facebook page or whatever, huge online presence.
He's got like almost like 10,000 followers on the
ton,
Facebook page.
A ton. But like no one goes to the shows because it's just garbage. So so he sets up the album release show, the biggest night of his life, for Monday night at a nowhere like bar. Yeah.
Is that Cheers?
No. Cheers was the one with Badio, and that was a good show. Like this was
after Badio played.
Yeah. So Steve sets up this show Monday night, like nowhere. I don't even know the name of this fucking place. It was
for
just
the
like
CD release show on a Monday night.
And this guy was so invested. He had nothing but his music. Like this was his fucking life. I'm like, what the fuck? And so
why are you doing this on a Monday night?
Yeah. So the rest of us in the band, Johnwell and stuff, and we were talking with each other. We're like, dude, like we can't do this. He's got school that night.
Make it a Friday or a Saturday.
Right. I mean, like, this one guy has school, this one guy has work, and, Steve knew that before setting the show up. He's like, dude, we got to do the show. It's like, this is it. This is where everything takes off. We're like, dude, what the fuck? No. So it's the night of the show. We've already been like, dude, like, we can't make it. Like we physically can't be there because we got other stuff going on. And he's like, dude, you have to be here. I'm going there. I'm going to be there at like 6. Be there. We're like, fuck no. So it's that Monday night, and he's calling all of us. He's calling all the other guys in the band, Johnwell and Quincy, or
Johnwell and Quincy.
Johnwell, Quincy, Frank, Milfred, all the people in the fucking band, whoever, and he's like, hey, I've got Quincy here right now. He's here with the drums. The dude plays guitar. He's coming. So, like, dude, you need to get over here, Tyler, because they're coming and they've got all of their stuff. Sure enough, I go to call, the dude he was just talking about, and he would tell me, he's like, no, I'm not coming. Steve is lying. Like,
That's
I'm not
shady
doing this.
shit,
right.
man.
So this whole night for hours.
He's trying to convince you guys that each other's coming
Right.
to get somebody else to show up.
He would reach out to all of us individually, and he did this like over a course of about 2 hours. And he's like, yeah, he's getting the train, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going. And I put it in our group chat, and like I'm like, I'm not going. Nobody else is going. Like, we can't do it. You knew this. And then that's when Steve started to kind of show his true colors, because he was always kind of like quirky guy, peppy, optimistic, stuff like that. You know, like he was a likable guy, and that's why I got into it in the first place. And he called me. And he called me a backstabber. He called me like this lying, jerk who betrayed him, and that he, trusted me and put his faith in me, and that we were going to go straight to the top, and that
Go straight to the top, brother.
Yeah, right. And that like I was his bass player, and like I promised him all this stuff, and I was like, listen, I recorded your album like for free. I don't care. I don't want anything to do with it. Just I hope you find what you're looking for, but I don't have anything that I want to do with you right now, because you use my time, you use my money, you drag me along in this psychotic project for
weird
months.
Project.
For months. And the thing was, this guy had seriously invented his own reality. He had invented his own conceptualization of who he was, who his band was. He built up this whole following and this whole story and the image and what he wanted to be, but none of it actuated. None of it actuated.
He set up a CD release show
on Monday night.
Yeah.
Well, the sad thing too is like, I mean, even his music wasn't all
Not
that
good.
original.
No.
It was the whole aspect of the guy was kind of fake. It was poser-like.
Yes.
Generally.
So basically everything about this guy was fake, and he had no qualms. I mean,
brutal.
Steve had no qualms about using other people to meet his own goals. And he moved to California after things fell apart here, and he started over again there, tried to get another band back together. He was going to have a tour lined up and stuff, and it didn't pan out. And apparently there was a whole situation where he was purported to have died out there, and this guy was like no older than me. He was purported to have died. I was curious, actually.
Yes. So, so I called. So what the story was is that he jumped off the San Francisco Bridge, right?
Which
and they
is
found
like
his yeah,
no small deal.
Yeah,
Like, that would
so
be
like
in the news.
They found his body in the bay, and me and Tyler. were like,
Wait. The body was supposedly found like mutilated and
Yeah,
stuff.
so they like mutilated, like no hair, basically no teeth, nothing to identify him besides like a wallet. So like we were just seeing this on Facebook posts, like, and his mom would say this stuff like Frank's dead, and you would see like all these people. Dang it! You see all these people. Steve is dead and all this stuff, and I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way at all. I googled like basically like police reports, like obituary and stuff, finding stuff like like hey, like this person Steve in San Francisco Bay. Nothing came up. So I got curious and I called the coroner's office in San Francisco, and I was like, hey, is there a Steve here? Or anything like that, kind of know him. He's my friend. Just curious because people just said he went missing. And I'm like, well, who are you to him? Like, oh, I'm just a friend. Like, yeah, there is a Steve here. I'm like, oh, okay. Does that mean he's dead? I'm like, yeah, he's dead. I'm like, oh, all right. All right. Have a good day.
Holy
and that was
shit.
it. Yeah, that was it. And I don't know. To be honest, I don't believe it. I don't think we believe it either. There's just like whole thing going on. There's still no news stories or nothing. Like, if someone jumps off a bridge, like. That's a big deal. Like, people would talk about that.
The thing was, there was a fundraiser organized to bring his body back, and it never happened. They did the fundraiser, and they made a lot of money. They had a lot of bands play and everything, but there was no funeral, no nothing after that.
That's a conspiracy theory. In its
Yeah.
own.
So I mean, the whole story of
Yeah.
Steve Quincy Milford, just
You
like,
guys.
But yeah.
aliens.
So none of the-
but
Yeah, it is
aliens did
aliens.
it,
He's
though.
an
That's
alien,
the thing.
yeah.
None of the guys that were in the band with you knew anything?
No one knew anything. The whole thing was it just became a sensation like on the internet.
Yeah.
And this is how like people like one person just said, oh, like he's dead, rest in peace. And then like there was a whole torrent of people like, oh, like God rest his soul. His music was so good, it touched me and everything.
The funny thing is too is like it's unfortunate that he supposedly did die, but
Yeah.
like his songs, they were just complete rip-offs of Kill 'Em All from like Metallica. Like there was one
Yeah,
song
I mean-
that was just that completely ripped off No Remorse, and you can hear like the riffs, the similarity of it. Like he would try to sing like James Hetfield, but he ended up sounding like basically a kind of Down syndrome version of like Trey
my
Parker.
God.
So like I don't know if you ever heard Trey Parker sing before, but like he's pretty good, but he would sound just like him.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, like, he thought he was making it his own thing, but the sound was still there.
Yeah.
And that's really where all the lyrics come from,
Yeah.
It's just calling that out. I mean, that's the whole chorus,
Yeah.
Like, undermine a hero's image, like,
Identify as your revision. Yeah. Like to
live
see
life
yourself.
under this
This
fiction.
fiction,
I see
see
through
through
your
it.
sick ambition.
And don't let us be misunderstood. No disrespect to the dead or whatever, but
That's just our conspiracy at the end of the day.
Yeah, but the thing was our friend here, Quincy or whatever, whatever fake name we're using. This is somebody who I saw that had no issue using people, using a lot of people, myself included, and people that I knew and people that I'd become friends with, people who are good people, and they gave their time and like their life and their money and effort and stuff to help him out, to help him achieve his goals, which he fabricated. And that to me is it's thought inspiring, And I think there's definitely lessons to be learned about that. Once again, no disrespect to the dead, but I knew the guy, and what I could say was that he had more passion than I think I've ever seen in any musician, but his passion was so twisted and misguided. And it's a sad situation, but there's a lot of feelings mixed up in that for a lot of different people. And what I got out of it was be careful, watch your back, and make sure that you know who you're dealing with, and make sure that the reality that you aren't putting yourself into isn't some fake poser reality. So that's kind of what I got out of that. And so that song was really meaningful for me because I view it as I wasted months.
Well, it's why you sing it.
So
Yeah.
you lived it, and that's what the song "Poser" was about.
Yeah.
Poser.
That is
Crazy stuff.
Well, you gotta
Poser
emulate the emotion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel like he does a really good job.
Yeah,
of
that's
singing that.
that's like same thing. Like I was like, yeah, I'm not singing that. Like I have no connection to that besides like talking to the guy. And like he said, like when you like he talked. Remember we were going to see what was it, The Last Jedi, and like he called your phone.
Oh yeah, he
and
did.
then I talked to him. Like he's honestly like charming person. Like
Yeah.
he would just build you. Yeah, brother, we'll do this stuff. And I'm just like, wow, how can you hate this person?
Yeah.
Like how can you have any resent towards him?
Super likable.
Yeah, just fake.
Super likable. But
Just a
the thing
poser.
was, on that Monday night when his self-created reality was falling down before his eyes, he lashed out at me with so much venom, and I'm sure that I actually did hear from all of the other guys in the band that he did similar things to them as well. So it's just like that kind of cornered animal kind of mentality is when you see that your whole world, your defense mechanism is being seen through and it's crumbling down. Like, man, that's when like the venom comes out and like the talons, and it's like, dude, this is a totally different, like weird, like dark, like beneath the surface thing. And this is the abridged version. I mean, like we got hackers from Anonymous involved to see
Yeah.
if like we could like find his phone, see
Yep.
where he turned up, because like we were like curious.
curious,
Like, he dropped
yeah.
off the earth. dropped off the earth.
The thing is too, like the Facebook page, like all these people, there was like mixed, and there was a lot of animosity going on, like mixed thoughts. Like people would call it out, like, okay, where's the obituaries? Where's the articles about Steve? Like where are they at? Nothing, absolutely nothing. And people just defend it. And there was like these metal like basically websites that would make articles about him, like legendary guitarist Steve dies at 23 years old. I'm like, do you fucking know that? Do you know this person? Like, did he write this article? Like, what is going on? And yeah, it's all bullshit.
It was a crazy thing, and I don't think anyone is ever gonna get resolution out of like this tale of whatever the fuck we're calling him, Quincy. You know,
Quincy.
It's a whole big thing that like that just like shouldn't have been. Weird, just like weird things you only see amongst musicians. I'm actually and this is actually something that I'm gonna do. Don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna write a book about all the crazy fucked up shit that we've seen, and it's been a lot of crazy fucked up shit. So look forward to that sometime in the future.
Well, we have more tracks.
Yeah?
Well, we do. We're going to end the night with one, but we're going to wrap up with a few announcements first because we are cutting it close with time.
Good.
And then we'll be back next week with a whole new episode.
Oh, yeah.
So the couple shows that we have coming up that we are sponsoring right here at Fitz's Spirit Keys, July 19th. We will be here with Atlanta's Burning, The Blank Standard, Architects Ruin, and Extraction Point for Extraction Point's CD release show. We'll have a table set up. You can come get free
And it's
swag.
not on a Monday night.
And it's not. It's
Good.
on Friday night.
Better.
So you can come hang out with us here at our official headquarters, and we'll be sponsoring our first metal show here at this bar. Also coming up, and this was a joke that was posted, the drummer of Capital Vice's Matt posted, Keanu Reeves is a bad concert attendee. Keanu leaves.
Oh, good one, Morgan.
Don't be
Good
Keanu.
one,
Buy a
Morgan.
ticket and experience all the feels at Feels Fest 2019. Arabella, Speaking with Ghosts, When We Was Kids, Guardrail, Capital Vices, Synovial, Havens, and Glory Days, all at The Wire in Berwyn, July 27th. And that is another show that we are sponsoring, that it will be another table that you can come and get all the free stuff that we have to give away. And then there was another joke. Keanu as a deathcore vocalist. Keanu Breeze. Breathe. Ha 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 ha. Our friends at Fools Brew are going on tour next month. A few dates coming up. They're going to be going out with What Lies Ahead starting July 26th. So if you are in the West Coast area of Oklahoma and Texas, check them out. They're going to be somewhere in your area. They've got a few Texas dates, a few Oklahoma. And our friends in Speaking with Ghosts are going on tour with Upon a Burning Body and A Virtue. That's going to go on in August and September.
Upon a Burning Body had a thing where the vocalist disappeared and blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, oh, no, he's fine.
Bullshit. Our friends in Wrath have two shows this coming weekend. One is in D.C., so if you're in Washington, D.C., make sure you check out Wrath playing with Blood Feast 333, Fatal Agent, and I can't even read that other one. But they're going to be at the Pinch. I have no idea. I think it's Torns.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Let's go with that.
Torns?
Looks like it.
All right,
I don't know. But anyway, they're going to be out in D.C., and then they're going to be in Elmhurst, New York, June 29th.
Fuck?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Elmhurst, New York? Let's fight them.
Elmhurst, New York.
Let's fight them.
Bunch of posers.
Bunch of fucking pussies.
But Wrath is currently on tour.
Bunch of fucking Steves.
Yeah, they're on tour through the end of...
Bunch of John Well, Stephen Quincy bitches.
All right, you're done. They're going to be playing Lombard here in August, and then they've got Chicago in September. So a few dates that you can catch them in the Illinois area in the Rage Across America Part 1 tour. So go to Wrath's page for all of that. And then a brand new song from Oblivion Zero, their video Castaway from their new album Revenant, is available now to watch on their YouTube. Make sure you check that out. And then I've got a couple more.
Yes?
I don't know.
Yes?
That was already happened. All right. Well, next week we have Dead Awake on our show for the first time.
Oh, nice. Are they sponsored by A1 Sauce?
You know what?
Are they sponsored by Jack's Pizza?
The last thing that I saw that they
Are
were trying
they
to get.
sponsored by Kraft Macaroni and Cheese yet?
The last thing that I saw was Crest.
Are they
Tooth whitening.
Band
I
Dead
use
Awake.
Colgate.
No,
keeps trying to
I
get
don't know.
sponsored by like off the wall shit.
So
like,
they tried
How do they
originally
go
for
about
Jack
doing that? 'Cause
Pizza.
I want in.
Jack's Pizza denied them. They tried hard. They had a what do you call
There
it
was
thing?
Jack's Pizza.
Jack's
there's
Pizza, but they
A1
had a whole petition.
The
They
A1
got
barbecue
they had
sauce?
somebody actually like talk to them about it and everything. So now Morgan is trying Crest mouthwash.
The A1 barbecue
the
sauce. he
3D
slammed the whole
glamorous
bottle.
white
And
that
he's
he's
like,
taking
A1 bitches.
all these pictures of him drooling with it coming out of his mouth.
Amazing.
Um,
That's advertising.
So who knows with them? It's a
Someone's
different,
some off the wall something
literally
is gonna
a
sponsor
different
them.
product every week that they are trying to get
Sponsored by.
on.
It's hilarious.
To try to get sponsored by A1, he
seriously
chugged
thought-
a whole bottle of A1 sauce.
I seriously thought they were going to get sponsored by Jack's
I thought they were
Pizza.
too. They had a
They were
badass logo and everything. They had shirts made for it. It was
Wait, they made shirts
They
for it?
made Jack's Pizza shirts, but it was Dead Awake's logo as Jack's Pizza logo. And then when they were denied, it was like
fuck
it was
Jack's Pizza. Yeah, fuck
but you know
Jack's.
what?
There's a Jack's Pizza just sitting in our freezer that's been there since like
So
Vietnam.
the funny thing was though after Jack's denied them, they tried to go with Tombstone.
Oh my god, like sloppy seconds.
So we're gonna get all these details from Dead Awake, have a few laughs, play some brutal tunes. It'll be here at Fitz's
we're going
Beer
to Tombstone,
Keys.
bitches.
Every Tuesday, come out and join us. It's always a great time. Yeah, it'll be interesting next week trying to get the stories out of them. They're a bunch of rowdy people, so who knows where else they'll go.
There's this one band that we know that like played in a fucking Wendy's.
Oh, we've had both of them on.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Capital
Yeah.
Vices and McKenna.
Yeah, they played in a fucking Wendy's.
A Wendy's?
Yeah, I love it.
In Knoxville,
That's like-
Tennessee, when
yeah,
they were
yeah.
on tour.
Legendary.
It was
Fucking
great.
classic.
Was it
Yeah.
like packed?
No, they
No, it's
played
Wendy's.
after hours.
It's never
Like
packed.
when they were closed, they
Like
kind of just
three
like.
people there. They're like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
is going on?"
But they went viral.
Yeah.
So I
they
mean,
did.
that's all that matters.
Yeah,
as
'cause
long
it's
as you
cool.
go viral and you do something obnoxious
Jack's
and get
Pizza,
on, you know.
Yeah, as long as you do a cool meme, then people like
Right?
you.
Who was it from Capital Vices? There's a couple of guys from Capital Vices that were out at the softball event. we were
Kevin.
at. Kevin
And Matt.
and Matt.
So we
went softball with them this past
yeah,
weekend.
this past weekend it was put together with a few of the scene people, a softball game. A lot of the gent crew and metalcore kids all went out and played a softball game in the thunderstorms passing over Sunday.
I was on the winning team both times.
It was quite amusing.
Fucking
it was a
killed
good
it,
time.
brah. Killed it.
Got some really good pictures. Got a few good jokes.
Can we share those with like?
No.
It's only shared to the group. You got to be like in the group.
You gotta be in the group.
Let's share it to the world.
I
There's
don't have
some
their
good-
permission.
There's some good Teddy Townsend pictures. There's
Ted
some,
from Townsend ripped his pants. We've got proof.
We've got proof.
He
ripped
came
them.
wearing pants, left wearing shorts.
That's a pretty serious fucking rip. That's,
It was.
that's no
it
joke.
was on both legs too. It was ridiculous. And how he got them even, I don't even know.
They weren't
Like,
even. They
well,
were not even.
Whatever
at
it
all.
was.
One was way higher than the other.
I got drunk watching everybody play softball.
I
and
got
then
drunk playing softball.
Softball
came
drunk
back
is
from
awesome.
going to a bathroom trip, and all the guys mostly had taken
We're
their shirts
naked.
off or
We
were
were
wearing
naked.
them in some weird fashion. And I was like, okay.
It got really
I
humid.
Got really weird super
Real quick.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. So a lot of people getting hurt.
I murdered my back.
You
I slid head first and second, safe by the way. And either when I got up, I was like, "Ooh, something in my body just exploded," or
Was your
something just
spleen?
ripped.
I don't know.
Some muscles just ripped
Luco
apart.
debated having me take him to the emergency room and then
But I
pussy
didn't
out
go because hospitals are for pussies.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Luco doesn't want to
That's
spend
what all
money.
the dead people
Scientific
say.
fact.
That's all the dead people say.
But anyway, that was fun. But anyway, we have Dead Awake on next week, and one last track to play tonight from Vyse. So the last track that you guys want to feature tonight.
Tonight,
I do Pagan. This
Yeah.
is another live one. This is from The Forge when we opened
is
for Jackal.
Nathan's-
Yeah, Jackal. No,
Nathan's
no, 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 no,
favorite
no,
song.
no.
Yeah, this is a
So
Nathan's
what was
song.
opening for Jackal like?
It was terrifying.
Terrifying.
What?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
I was
What was
sick.
terrifying? Oh yeah,
I was
you
sick, and I
were.
was worried about like what my voice was gonna sound like.
He was sick and shitty. So
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. But I was pretty cool. I think that the audience liked us a lot. And yeah, it was a good show actually. Yeah.
Alan, didn't you try to go on their tour bus, or didn't you go on their tour bus?
I got on there,
Probably.
but they like all bunch of big people grabbed me and took me out. Right away. Well, the thing is the guy told me is like, hey, I think it was the guitar player. I don't know his name, and I'm sorry about that. But the guy told me he was drunk himself, but he's like, I was talking to him about his whiskey because their
Was
whiskey
it
is
Jesse
fucking.
James?
I don't
I
know
know
his
he's a
name,
singer,
but he was telling me like I was talking to him about his whiskey. I'm like, I love your whiskey, and he's like, oh, like come on in, like this tour bus, I'll give you some more. I'm like, for sure. And he goes in there, and like 3 minutes pass. I'm like, I don't think he's coming for me, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go in there. And I went in there and I turned the corridor and just like right away, just like some guys like, no, what the fuck you doing? Like took me outside.
Dude, you always
I'm
gotta
like,
like walk in with the guy. Just like fuck what he just like walk in with him. You
well,
know?
I didn't know if he was gonna bring it out or I don't know. I
Man,
was
you
like,
should've just
he's
went
like, he's
for
like, I'll
it.
be right back. I'll
So did you guys have a formal meet and greet with Jackal?
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
I got kicked out their tour bus.
Yeah, you
Really
got
formal.
fucking kicked out.
They
Well,
were
I mean, that was
formal.
only you. I was just wondering
Oh,
about
yeah,
everybody
that's true.
else.
They seem pretty pretentious. Like they were really like, oh, don't be on this side. No one's allowed to go back here.
It's
And
like, you guys,
Like,
you're
we were
That could have
loading
just been
out.
the rules from the venue. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we tried to load out like outside, and they were like, oh no, Jackal's like they're setting.
Oh,
they're
that's
basically
true.
preparing right now. We were trying to get all our gear out. And the security guard's like, no, you can't do that right now. I'm like, why not? Like, because Jackal's, they're mind prepping right now.
Yeah.
Mind prepping?
Fuck off,
prepping.
dude. Fucking want to
I mean, I don't have enough
AC/DC
information to make that judgment call, but I mean, yeah, it was kind of shitty that like we
How do you
couldn't, like,
prep
load
your
out.
mind?
I don't know, but hey, good show.
Yeah, it
they
was fun.
played well. We played well. The crowd was really cool. I had a good time. I had a good
Yeah, I did. It was
experience.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pagan was recorded at this show.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Pagan. That's that's us.
Sweet.
God does not believe in you.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming out again.
Thanks for having us.
And,
That was
and
awesome.
Travis, safe travels out to Boston. Good
Thank
luck
you.
to you.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Come back soon.
You bastard.
when
probably
these
not
guys
do
come
that.
back with a new album, just take a day off, fly out here, come back for the next interview, and
better
then
relearn all
go
the
back to
lyrics,
Boston.
Fingers crossed.
All that
I'm
fun
coming back
stuff.
for the money for the
The
album
mo-
sales.
yeah, for the huge, vast piles of money that we make. Yep, that's us. All right, well, thank you for having us, guys. We
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you
And
guys are
here's
awesome.
Pagan
Salute.
from the Forge
Heyo.
from Vyse.